Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. I still can't figure out why the hell I can't hear the music through my headphones. Mic check. Let me check and make sure that sounds okay. Let's see here. See, this sounds like everything. Sounds like I'm in a dungeon. Let me try something here. Let me see here. Change that real fast. All right. Snow Bunny. Okay, cause let me try mic in then. I wonder what that sounded like. Cause that's mic in. Let me move it to. All right, now I can't hear it out of that at all. Okay, all right. So let's try. Let's try line in. All right, how's that sounding? Let me check over here. Let me check over here. All right, it still sounds the same. I'm gonna have to go back in and redo my mic settings. So let me go to headphone. Is there another one? Let's try speaker out. All right, after this, I'm gonna start. I promise you. After this, I will start. All right, now I can hear it. Okay, now let me go back over to my soundboard. All right, mic check. All right, that's all right. Let me try this. Let me try this one. Oh, now let me finish my Craig Weiser. All right. Alrighty, everybody, what's happening? It is Friday. It is, oh my, it's February 12th, 2021. And, yeah, got a nice little podcast warmed up here for us early in the morning. Shout out to everybody that's here. So shout out to Ice Queen Gaming. Shout out to her. She's a member. Always a special shout out to the members. Paul G. What is happening, Paul G? Shout out to you. Soul Provider, what's happening, Soul Provider? How you doing, brother? Good to see you. Congrats again on hitting 1,000. So shout out to O'Shea Duke Jackson for sending some traffic over to his way. So shout out to those two brothers. Slink SC, what's going on, everybody? So what's happening? What's happening? Yeah, please like the video as you come in. Please like the video. So Snow Bunny. 4 Snow Bunnies in hiding. Why is the Snow Bunny in hiding? Knowing that I want to take her out for some beer and wings. Certainly hope you're feeling better, Snow Bunny, after I know that feeling, getting those shots. Oh, I know the feeling. Eric, the greatness of the Raiders. How are you doing there, young man? How are you? So, let's see here. What else is here? Stardust. Always a pleasure, man. Stardust always stops in and says hello. So, what is else? Who else is here? Oh, True Virgil. That is right. He is listening to the only true Xbox gamer here. The only one that tells the truth about the Xbox and why it's a piece of dog crap. So, and we're going to talk about it. Shout out to Jemiah Dixon. He's insulting us with his Aunt Jemima and knows that I like Mrs. Buttersworth. So I am a Mrs. Buttersworth man. Okay, you give me that. You give me that other one, that Kaora. It's like K-A or K-R-O, something like that. Those are my top two. Then there's a huge step down, and then you got Mrs. Buttersworth. I mean, I don't get Mrs. Buttersworth, which I do think they changed it. So, but as long as Mrs. Buttersworth or is it Aunt Jemima, they changed Aunt Jemima, yeah. But I'm a Mrs. Buttersworth, man. Mrs. Buttersworth is perfect. It is perfect. So, oh, Eric, you're doing cryptocurrency? Which crypto are you doing? There's like 50 of them. Which one are we doing, brother? So, just asking. So, Hallex Gaming, how are you doing? How are you doing? So, if you all don't know, AMD just updated your GPU. I didn't get my alert yet. I'm sure it's there. But AMD updated our GPU's mesh shaders. So, yeah, Mrs. Buttersworth is always, it's never let me down. Even when we were doing the microwavable pancakes in the 80s, which was hit or miss. Either it all cooked correctly or it didn't cook correctly. But Mrs. Buttersworth always was there with the bacon and the sausage and stuff like that. So, so it was always consistent. So, Don's Hunter is level 1268 on Destiny 2. Let's see, mine is, I think I'm like level 5. I'm going to start playing Destiny 2, though. I am going to start playing Destiny 2. So, okay, Ethereum. All right, cool. Yeah, Bitcoin right now is, oh, golly, it costs like a gazillion dollars to jump into Bitcoin, right? I have to do some more research on Cosmos. So, but Ethereum, yeah, I've looked into Ethereum. I started doing that like a month ago, so I'm gonna probably pull the trigger next week. I do gotta finish paying off my PS-5. I'm so high. I should be paying that off on the 21st. Knock wood. Well, I'm sorry, on the 22nd. Yeah, I've got my work schedule. Not gonna be able to run to the bank until the 22nd, but I should have that paid off then. I can get into my crypto. So, yeah. But what is going on, people? So, what's everybody playing? I've been at work, but I've been playing, last night I played Mass Effect Andromeda, and I played Mass Effect Andromeda on Tuesday. Was it Tuesday I played it? Either Monday or Tuesday I played it for about 5 hours. I got pretty far. Opened up another vault and everything. So, that was good. That was fun. So, and remember that I'm playing that DCS Flight Sim. That is free until Monday. That is free until Monday. So I'm going to try to play it a little bit more today, do some more recording, all that kind of stuff. So Devil May Cry 5, I see. Cold Steel 3. Neo Remastered. How is that Neo Remastered? How is Neo Remastered? Let me know. So, I've not heard anything good or bad. That's what I'm asking. So I heard it's remastered at 60 frames per second. So I've heard nothing but good things about it. So, but I have not MHW. I'm not for sure what that is. So, but shout out to Snow Bunny. She loves her Nintendo Switch. She stands by it. She will be buried with it. Okay. So some women put super glue in their hair. Snow Bunny gets that Nintendo Switch and she will work circles around you. What's the name of that one game? Everybody, even Brie Larson's playing. Can't think of the name of it now. So, but hey, Brie Larson's playing it. Everybody should play it, right? Monster Hunter. Okay, yeah. How is that now? I heard it was a big update. Is that playing better now? Because I heard they updated it for better gameplay on all devices, not just the next generation's devices. So we're gonna find out. So Eric is playing Control a little. All right, Little Nightmare 2. Okay, is Little Nightmare? Is it a nightmare? So Control. I play that on PC at 1080p 60 frames per second, and it's just on PlayStation. It's a better game. Now, granted, I've got access to more assets with HDR, and I've got a higher resolution. So my frame rate still is better on the PC, however. So, Stardust is playing Borderlands 2 and Mario 3D World. Let's see, that's what I like. Everybody's playing different stuff. You know, that's what I like about it. So, you got a PS4? Oh, okay. I did not know. I did not know that, Snow Bunny. So, shout out to you for getting that PS4. Hope you enjoy some of the games on it. If you like, you know, RPGs and stuff like that, check out some of those RPGs that Sony has. So there's nothing wrong with the PS4. It's the biggest selling console since the PS2, I believe. You know, I'm sure, but the Switch is going to catch it. The Switch is just, I mean, Nintendo is absolutely kicking butt in Japan. Again, the Japanese, they do a lot of things on the run. They work 6 days a week in Japan, if you don't know that. That's their standard work week. And the day they have off, a lot of people, they spend it with their family. So that's why their birth rates are so low. And because everybody's working. Who has time to go ahead and turn on Marvin Gaye and Teddy Pendergrass, you know? So it doesn't matter. I mean, it could be Hong Kong Phooey knocking on the door. Them girls ain't going to answer. So I want to give a shout out here to a couple of new subs. It subbed about a week ago. Steady Flow has subscribed. So Steady Flow wants a steady flow of truth. And somebody that calls himself Grumnola, hope I'm saying that right, he has subscribed. He or she, they have subscribed. So shout out to both of them for subscribing. Like I said, the subscriber count has increased, and I'm liking that. You know, the chub is getting a little bit bigger, so pretty soon we'll be at 1550, and then from there we'll hit 1600. The goal is to get to about 1700 by the end of the year. So let's keep it going. Keep spreading the love, ladies and gentlemen. Keep spreading the love. So today we're going to be talking about the Ratchet and Clank release date that shocked the heck out of me. I thought Ratchet and Clank was going to get pushed back till next year. But I'll give credit where credit is due. I was wrong about that. Insomniac, that purchase that Sean Layden made of Insomniac is looking like it's going to be one of the best purchases ever, because this generation, the first 6 months, you've gotten 2 next-gen games. You got a remaster of a PS4 game in Spider-Man that's got, 4K native 30 FPS with full ray tracing on there. The ray tracing benchmark is what Digital Foundry called it with the Spider-Man games. It's got now correct me if I'm wrong, it's got a 1440p 60 mode with ray tracing. And I think does it have a 1080p mode, open frame, or I can't remember, you know, but it's got like 3 different modes on there. So they've done a lot of work on that PlayStation 5. And Insomniac, I'm not going to lie, Naughty Dog better, I mean, they don't have to, but I got Naughty Dog created the most decorated game in the history of gaming, since they've been keeping records with The Last of Us Part 2. But they better get a remaster out of that quick, because Insomniac, low-key, has pretty much passed them up as Sony's top developer. Okay, I mean, it is, you know, it is tough for Insomniac not to be considered the top one when they had put out just bangers. And Ratchet and Clank, got to wait on that, but I believe Ratchet and Clank is released in May. Is it May of this year? And provided that there's, you know, it's in its 90-day window, so I don't think it went gold. But let me go ahead and let's pull this on up here. Yeah, I'm sorry, not May, June 11th. I'm sorry, I misspoke. Let me go ahead and put this on the screen. And let me see, I have to go to the plus sign. I have to go to, I got to capture the window. Close, there we go. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. for your entertainment. So this broke yesterday afternoon, I believe. I was at work yesterday, so yeah, we got a Ratchet and Clank ripped apart, arrives on PS-5 June 11th, and I didn't say what year, but nah, I'm just kidding with you. I mean, this is great news. The reason why this is a PS5 game only, and I want to give a big shout out to Foxy Games UK. It was a very simple explanation. The way that it loads data won't work on the PS4. That's it. It's not an insult to PS4 owners, but that's why. Because the way the game is going to play, Insomniac would have a very difficult time putting it on PS4. Spider-Man, so Spider-Man had the same assets, but they upped them with ray tracing and stuff like that, and you had to get a remaster of it. Let's keep it 100%. You had to get a remaster, and I'm telling you, as somebody, I can't play Spider-Man. Excuse me, at 4K. I'm not playing it at 4K at all. I am playing Spider-Man. I'm still playing the Spider-Man, the one that came out in 18. I'm playing that at 60 frames per second, albeit at 1440p with ray tracing. So that's the way I'm playing it. I tried to play it at 30 frames per second. It felt like I was walking in sludge. It's not bad. I'm not downing it. I already beat it at the 30 frames per second in 2018. Great game. Still a great game, just much better at 60. Buttery smooth, like Mrs. Buttersworth. It is Buttersworth smooth at that 60 frames per second. So, and again, it looks great. They did change the way Spider-Man looked. I don't give a damn, you know. So that's something that Insomniac did. That was what would be called a developer's call. The other Spider-Man, I will say this, the Spider-Man, he's supposed to be like 26 years old. Now he looks like he's about 22. So that's about the only difference. So same voice character. So and he's in the mask 90% of the time in that game. So, but yeah, I still haven't. If it makes any difference, I still haven't played the Miles Morales one yet because I went ahead and I bought the Assassin's Creed, which is effing phenomenal. I'm loving that. And the other games, and I want you all to know this, I was told by my buddy at GameStop, PS5 games are going to be hard to find. So you're going to, if you don't get there day and date, you may have a hard time finding PS5 games, depending on the region you're in. So, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. I mean, a lot of us are going to be buying PS4 games, you know, and then doing that update thing, an upgrade. So, I had to do it on Hitman and stuff like that. Hitman, I love that game. You guys know I've streamed all the Hitman games I've got. So, I'm not a Johnny-come-lately and stuff like that. But, it is. So it says, Paul G says he thinks Insomniac is two teams. It could be. It may be more than that. I don't know. But they've done a hell of a job. I mean, they got bought by Sony worldwide, and they went right to work. I mean, you know the story. When Spider-Man came out, extremely successful. Sean Layton went there, gave him that check, and those guys took a 3-week vacation. So if you all don't know that story, yeah, like I said, this is looking like it's going to be. They're looking like they're the best studio purchase in a while. Still got to wait on the Bethesda purchase. Again, I like Bethesda's games. I like Skyrim. I like Oblivion. I like Morrowind. I liked Fallout 3. Fallout 4 was okay. It was kind of like, kissing the bridesmaid, so to speak. I did not like Fallout New Vegas at all. Doom, I think they had Doom as well. I like Doom. I've always liked Doom. Doom has been around since, I don't know what, the PlayStation. I think I played that first on PC. You were either playing Doom or you were playing some other games, Ghost Recon, stuff like that. Those are the games that with Diablo. Those are the big PC games. Forsaken, all that kind of stuff. All those games are kind of that's where the PC community was in the 90s. So a shout out. Hopefully that works out for Microsoft with them creating that shell company Vault and them getting this done. And we'll have to wait and see if they're still going to put games on PlayStation. I agree with King Thrash. I hope they don't, because then it would let people know that they actually give a damn about Xbox. They're going to turn around and buy that studio and then, put the games on play. Which right now there's no reason for them. I don't think they will. That's just, I have to wait and see. I'm waiting for some more information. But so far, they haven't said anything. Because right now, they could say, we're not going to put these games on PlayStation. That's the easiest thing for them to say. Because that purchase is going to start next week, around the 16th or 17th. It's going to be done by end of March. That's a big purchase that's got to go through. Different departments will get added before they get controlling interest, blah, 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 blah. All right, add you on PS-5. Okay, let me write that down. Because I have no idea how to be adding people, because I just go on there and I just play. So this E, is that a little E, or does that E matter? So is this all lowercase then? E-boy 49. Or 69, I'm sorry. E-boy 69. Okay. I shall do that. So, the Hulk, what's happening? Corey Massey, what's going on? Corey Massey only buys digital, so yeah. See, I'm a physical guy. I'm old school. So, but shout out to Ratchet and Clank. And I thought Ratchet and Clank. The only game I thought Sony was going to release this year in 2021 was going to be Gran Turismo. I still thought God of War was going to get pushed back. Maybe it was God of War. I think it was God of War and Horizon. I still think God of War and Horizon are going to get pushed to 2022. But I still think Gran Turismo and now Ratchet and Clank, and I'm sure there'll be some other surprises that Sony drops here, because I know they're, and the studios that they're going to purchase. I did come home the other day, I guess it was Wednesday, and saw that there was some rumor that Sony was going to buy Square, something like Squaresoft, Square Enix, one of those Squares, okay? So I have to wait and see if that's true or not. I have not heard anything about that. That shocked the hell out of me. When people were like, oh man, some guys said that they were going to buy that, and that's the reason why. I guess it's because Final Fantasy VII, they finally announced it was coming to PC, but it's not going to Xbox. Is that what I saw? I mean, maybe I did not see that correctly, but I saw that, and I was like, oh my God. So it is true. So the people that have been saying it wasn't coming to Xbox, so far, those people have been correct. Now remember, I thought it was going to be a 1-year timed exclusive, and then it was going to go to all platforms, including Nintendo Switch. Okay, but because I know they want everybody to share in the love of cloud, So I remember that. I didn't even know what don't get me started on cloud. I almost bought Final Fantasy VII back in the day. I'm talking about back in the day. Okay, but when there's another link open for the show. Yeah, I don't know why that happens. I still don't know why that happened this morning. So, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. Hold on. Let me see if I can do something. Let me see if I can do something here. Because I did see that, and I'm like, why the hell did that happen? I don't know if it's because if you schedule something, I think I'm just going to stop scheduling, and I'm just going to start live. So, let me see here. I did see there was a second window open. I don't see it now. Hold on. Yeah, no, I do see it. Yep, I do see that. I have no idea what happened. Here, let me do this then. Let me fix that. So let me go. Where do I need to go? Okay. Yeah, because that's. Oh gosh, what is going on with this? So let me. Yeah, that's the one I wanted to start. So that's the one I wanted to start. So I have no idea why that happened. Let's see here. Let's see here. Oh, Digital Foundry's damage controlling the medium for Microsoft. I just see that. So, but yeah, I still don't know why that happened. So, Alrighty, I am dumbfounded. I am led astray. So yeah, I see that now. Your opinion is Tom Brady is the GOAT. Okay, you didn't see Joe Montana play then. So, but no, nothing. Yeah, shout out to Tampa Bay. I thought those officials helped them out. Once when they intercepted Tom Brady and then they called that pass interference, I'm like, all right, I'm done watching this. I was done. I gave up on it. I'm like, I am not gonna watch it. It is stupid, to think that they're gonna call a fair game. So, but we'll move on to our next story. We got that Ratchet and Clay. Let's talk about. Well, let me go ahead and talk about Gina Carano getting fired. So, let me go ahead and pull this story. Okay, here's that. Okay, so I can pull this. I'm just going to leave it there because I'm not going to put her tweets on my thing. So let me go here. Let me go to window capture. Let me add the source. Okay. I think I did that right. Yep, I did that right. All right. Alright, there's that, and there's that. Okay, so Gina Carano, this is a picture. If you watch The Mandalorian, this is the character that she plays. She's a shock trooper. She's a Republic shock trooper. Okay, so but Disney fired her because of things that she just said. Okay, it was an accumulation of things she had been saying. Now, let me make this clear. The reason Disney fired her is because they had talked to Gina not once, not twice, not 3 times, but 4 times. They sat down with her originally, and she backed off of her post. She stopped posting crazy stuff, okay? But then she did it again. They still stood by her. Let me make this clear. That she posted some stuff a year or 2 ago, whatever. Disney still stood by her, okay? Kathleen Kennedy, the head of the Star Wars division, went to her and said, we are developing all these shows from The Mandalorian to Obi-Wan Kenobi, all these Star Wars shows, Osaka, whatever her name is, they're developing all these Star Wars shows, Bad Batch. They wanted her to be the lead in one of these shows. It was going to be called Star Wars Republic Commandos or something like that. So she agreed to that. So they gave her the biggest platform that she's ever had, bigger than UFC, bigger than all the bull crap she's been talking. Okay, all right. She comes out with another post, and at this point, what do you expect Disney to do? They're gonna fire her, and it has nothing to do with her free speech because no police officers have been deployed to go arrest Gina. None. No, this is not a free speech issue. If people don't understand, all free speech protects you is from government censorship. Disney ain't the government. Disney is a private employer. Okay? When you work for Disney, you work for them 24/7. Okay? You can't be out there on some BS. And that's what Gina is on. So they fired her. And they should have fired her. Because she is damaging their overall brand. And she has the absolute right to say what she wants. But other people around you have the absolute right to not to want to associate with you. Period. It doesn't matter. If you post the stuff she was posting, and then somebody screenshotted it and sent it to your boss, you're getting fired. Make no mistake about it. You will get fired too. because you represent that brand. I don't care if you work for GE, okay? I don't care if you work for Universal Studios, all right? There's an actress named Megan Fox. I don't even know if that's her real name. She said some disparaging things about, I believe it was Michael Bay, the guy who directed the Transformers movies, okay? She said some bad, nasty things about him. Now, Transformers 2 or Transformers 3 came out and whenever, okay? And ever since she said those things about Michael Bay or whatever his name was, okay? Can't think of his name on top of my head. Ever since she said those things, she's not hardly worked a day in Hollywood. Okay? And nobody's going to hire an offensive person. You can't be bankrolled. Who's going to bankroll you? Okay? And so she is just, and again, and I don't want to hear this is a free speech issue. It is not. She did not get arrested for what she said. Okay? And I've come to realize that there's a group of people who think that what they believe is protected by free speech. It's not. It is not, okay? I am on YouTube, okay? I understand that Google came out and said that they were going to leave most of the black content creators alone so that we could go ahead and try to make a little bit of scratch, okay? So for the most part, we've been left alone, but they still strike our channels, okay? They still will come with copyright strikes. We still got to follow the rules. If we want to be on their platform and you sign up to create your channel, you are also signing up to be governed by whatever law they come out with. I mean, we had to go back into our channels and create all these things so that kids couldn't listen to it. We had to keep doing it. I had to do it like 5 times. It would not even let you set things up in your studio unless you created something that said is kid-friendly or not. So, hit that like button, people. And also, if you like the podcast and you want to support it, donate to the cause. But be warned, that will activate the booty buster, and he may decide to come out and bust your cheeks because of what you all are doing. But they were going to fire her regardless, okay? Because this was unacceptable. Okay, unfriggin' acceptable. So she got away with almost everything until she said this. Disney Disney had already talked to her multiple times, to knock it off, but she wouldn't do it. And so her employer, after 4 to 7 warnings, and they had that all that they can put out. We warned her multiple times, and she kept going. Again, you can't appease people like this. You got to put them into the ground. You can't appease them, okay? Because you give them something, they just keep going. They don't know when to stop. So now she's out of a job. Now, will she get another job? Probably. But right now, who's going to hire her? Who's going to hire her? They're literally chasing all these people off the internet, pushing them into a corner so that they can monitor them, like a bunch of kids with dunce hats on. Well, why is Jimmy in the corner? Because Jimmy's an idiot. But now everybody can know who Jimmy is and they'll keep an eye on him. And again, Gina did not get arrested. Twitter did not suspend her account. Okay? She's fine. So all these people running around saying, this is free speech, this is free speech. My God, Martha, this is free speech. Again, she can come out today and tweet more stuff if she wants to. Okay? She can. But they kept telling her to knock this crap off. Okay? I'm a Cincinnati Reds fan. Mark Schott owned the Cincinnati Reds. You better look. Why don't you all look into why Mark Schott got... who I think did pass away, but at the time, Mark Schott said some stuff she shouldn't have said, and baseball was like, no, you're not going to be the owner of a team. We don't care that the team was willed to you, however she got that team, okay? They didn't care. It was like, you're not, you're done. You're done here. They weren't going to tolerate it. So these people running around saying that, what do they say, that the mob won? No, she said some offensive stuff. And it wasn't the first time, it wasn't the second time, it wasn't the third time. And again, your beliefs are not protected by the Constitution. Especially when you put them, as long as you keep it in your house, you can say whatever you want to say, but as soon as you step into a public forum, you're allowed, people can come after you, who don't agree with you. So, and I think I know what's happening. I'm not going to go into it on my podcast. I know what's happening at this point. I saw this coming. We saw this coming when we did the census in 2010. We did census work in 2010. We saw what this country was going to look like 11 years ago. What this country is going to look like in 2035 is not the way it has looked in the past 100 years. It's going to look totally different. Okay? Matter of fact, let me see if I can pull this. I may have shown this before. So let me see here. Okay, I may have. Let's see here. Let me see if I can. Okay. I think I've shown this picture before. So let me. Oh, was in the wrong spot. Let me pull down Miss Gina. So they're going to recast her. I mean, people immediately said, well, put Ronda Rousey in there. I mean, that would be Lucy Lawless, Ronda Rousey. People immediately said, well, yeah, let's go ahead and recast her or bring somebody in to play that a similar part, Okay, I think I found it. All righty. Let's see here. This is National Geographic. This is what an American will look like in 2050. Now change this 2050 number to 2044. Okay? That's what an American will look like. They're not going to look like Europeans anymore. They're not. And this is National Geographic. This is not some left-wing hack. Okay? I don't want to hear it. This is sourced from National Geographic. Okay? People like Gina do not like this at all. They're scared to death of it. But look at the features. Look at the nose. Wider nose, thick lips. These are African features. Okay? Her eyes are more European, the color of her eyes, but that color eye, that's a dominant gene color. That's not a recessive gene. So, and again, she's cute. And this is not a real person. This is information that was fed in after everything came in census-wise and stuff like that. So, can't really see her hair, but when we saw this picture originally, her hair is coarse. Okay? Her hair is coarse, so it's kinky in the back. Okay? It's still straight. Can't really see her eyebrows. I mean, she has Eurocentric features, but she ain't Eurocentric. And again, this is the generation that's out now. We call it Generation Z. They don't care. I was training the Zillennials. She knew more about Tupac and Biggie than I did. Okay? She knew more about them than I did, and this was a non-black girl. Okay? 21 years old. I grew up listening to Tupac and Biggie. She knew more about him, said how hot Tupac was. What's this 21, 22-year-old girl from the hills of my state, from Appalachia, thinking Tupac is hot? Well, guess what? If she thinks that, then everybody thinks that. And if they think that, these are the kids are going to be having. Okay? This is what the children of the Zillennials are going to look like. Because the Zillennials are 18 through about 25. So they're going to start getting married in the next 10 to 15 years, which puts their kids at 2046 to 2051. But that's what they're afraid of, that complexion. They're screaming. They literally were trying to say that slavery didn't happen. It wasn't the slave master's fault. It was the Africans' fault who sold them into slavery. That's what Gina. I mean, these people are saying stuff like this. It's kind of like, yeah, you're not gonna be working nowhere. I'm sorry. You got to go. Got to go. Gotta go. Gotta go. You know. You got to go. You know. So you know, I don't know what else to say about it anymore. You know, just sloppy. You know, just sloppy. You know, that's all I can really say. But all right, let's talk about this SmartShift. You know, we gotta talk about the SmartShift. You know me. That's why you're here. Get the gaming news. What I think about the Super Bowl, I thought the referees helped, and I'm just gonna leave it there. I'm over it. I'm playing Madden. I used the Bengals. I drafted who did I draft? I drafted Rashawn Slater in the first round. I drafted Sean Wade out of Ohio State in the second round, and in the third round I drafted the tight end out of Miami. So I got a good. I did good. Okay, I did good. Okay, now I'm trying to force a trade to find that fat dude out of Oregon, Penny Sewell, and I offered a first and second round draft pick for him, and it was no. It was no. So they told me no. I ain't gonna tell me no. But anyway, it's Madden, so you just can't force a trade. Or at least I haven't found a way to force trade. So if I can't, that's what I'm with. So I still got my tackles. Oh, I drafted Damon. I think it's Damon Brown out of Alabama. So my first four picks were Slater, Brown, the kid out of Miami, and then Sean Wade. So those are my four picks. I did pretty good. Okay, I did not re-sign A.J. Green. I didn't re-sign. I re-signed Will Jackson. I re-signed Carl Lawson, and I re-signed a backup defensive tackle out of Detroit. I can't think of his name, but and I drafted a couple. I drafted some speed rushers. I mean, my team's still not very good. So, but I just drafted fast guys. You got to cover. I'm getting killed in the middle of the field. My linebackers are trash. So, I mean, they just are. and so as I improve my linebackers, I just make it all pass coverage because run stopping is not hard in the NFL. But if you have smart players, you can actually overcome the run stuff. But pass coverage in Madden is ridiculously hard. It's just this year they've made it damn near impossible to cover people in Madden. So at least for me personally, I haven't figured it out yet. I'm sure there's a way that I can do it. So, but I can't figure it out. For the life of me, I can't figure it out. But that's part of the fun, right? That's part of the fun. You just aren't going to go out there and dominate different teams. So, all right, let's talk about AMD SmartShift. Let me put this up on the screen. And I'm trying to get when I have it so you can see what it's like on and off. All right, let me come on. All right, that's about as good as I can get it. Let me take a little short siesta and get me another Craig Weiser. Hold on. Well, who called that terrible deal? Alright. Alright, so let's look at this SmartShift. So this is the reason why PlayStation's games, the multi-plat games, they're not PlayStation games. Let me rephrase that. This is the reason why the games, the multi-plats on PlayStation are performing better. Okay? Now, I just put this up here on the screen because I just wanted you all to see this. I don't know what game this is. This may be the Division. I mean, I'm just looking up here. I don't know if it's maybe the Division or the Division Part 2 or something like that. But with SmartShift off, it's running at 60 frames per second, okay? That's with it off. But when it's on, with SmartShift on, it's clearly running better. It's running better. And so you can clearly see right here. And but this is what's happening. So when you see game, and Sony has this in their system. The PlayStation 5 has SmartShift. The Xbox does not have this. Okay, the Xbox doesn't have this. So when the game hits a CPU, so how does this work? Well, when the game hits a specific point, and I'll pull this up because I've actually got this from last year, from Tech Radar, I believe. I saved it for this moment. I saved it for this moment. All right, and but clearly, when you get into, like, say, you have a scene that pops up on your, I don't know, let's just say, I don't know, a lot of us are playing Control, okay? And if you're playing Control and you come up on a scene where there's just a ton of combat, okay, you're going to start getting FPS drops. You are. That's just the way it's going to work because of the way, but the variable, since the PlayStation is built on variable clock speeds, it's going to find the best clock speed to maintain that situation, okay? Then, if it gets to a point where it's like, oh, man, this is a GPU-intensive point in the game, the SmartShift will say, okay, since the GPU needs help and the CPU is just, the CPU doesn't have to work as hard, I'm going to take budget. The budget, it means information. I'm going to let the control of information, no pun intended, I'm going to let the information pipeline, I'm going to switch it, okay? I'm going to go ahead and put my budget from the CPU that's available over to the GPU. And now and that will help the GPU. So now you're seeing, on the PlayStation, let's just say it drops. Okay, it still drops. Let's say it drops to 57 frames per second. Okay? And Xbox Series X and Xbox Series S don't have this. So it's going to start dropping frames because it's got to do something to maintain the screen, right? So it's got to start, it's going to pull resources. So it's going to, and so now all of a sudden, what's 58, 57, whatever on the PlayStation, now you're getting 53, 51 on the Xbox, okay? Because you're not shifting, if the SmartShift is not present there. It's going to be, it's a remember the Xbox has a static clock. The big argument the fanboys are going through, oh, static clock is better than a variable clock and all that stuff. Well, clearly, we now see what a variable clock does better than a static clock. So what Xbox is doing, it's still brute forcing everything through a static clock, okay, versus it coming through at a variable clock, which is better. Okay, this is why Assassin's Creed, okay, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, give me $1. Shout out to Jay Barry. This is why Assassin's Creed is dynamic 4K on both Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5. But it drops the resolution further down on the Xbox because the Xbox is a static clock. And the PlayStation, it's still variable, it's still dynamic, but it drops to 1440p, okay? Which is still not native 4K, all right? Neither one of the consoles, because in order for them to hit 60 frames per second, okay, in order for them to hit 60 frames per second, they had to use a dynamic, they went to dynamic resolution. They mean Ubisoft. Okay? So this is the benefits of SmartShift. So all these multi-plat games, are going to run better on the PlayStation 5. I would be shocked. I'm to a point now where I'm surprised when they say a game is performing better on the Xbox. I just am. It would surprise me because, again, it's not that it won't happen. I'll just be like, oh, that's a surprise. It'll happen eventually, but for the most part, the majority of these multi-plat games, they're going to run better on the PlayStation. They always will. Now, what will happen is because there's budget going from the resolution in order to balance out and give you a better performance, okay, at frames per second, the Xbox isn't doing that, so the Xbox will be, it may be 1800p or 2160p. Okay, now look at Hitman. Hitman's a perfect example. Hitman is 2160p on the Xbox, but it has frame rate issues. It has performance issues. It's got to take that blue pill. The PlayStation is locked at 1800p. Okay? It's locked at 1800p, which isn't 2160p, and it's not like it's 1800p and checkerboard. It is 1800p, but it has better performance than the Xbox. It just does. That's why this is. So if you're in the Xbox community, you're wondering why this is happening, and how come that dog shit 3-letter podcast hasn't told me this? It's because you all don't have SmartShift and PlayStation does. But let's look at Tech Radar here. Let me see if I can roll that beautiful beam footage here. Let me get rid of this and go to, let's go here. Let me capture the window. Let's see here. Do I have to pull that up again? I may have to pull it up again. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm going to have to pull it up again. Hold on. I think I dropped that window when, there we go. Oh, here we go. Found it immediately. Being the man. Okay. Alrighty. Now let me put this on the screen. Let me go here. What's happening in that chat? Would I take her out for beer and wings? Heck yeah. You know me too well. You know I will take her out for beer and wings. So, but that wasn't a real person. That was a composite. Well, where is it? How come it's not showing up here? That's there. That is there. Hold on here. Okay, let me try it this way. Let me cancel that. Let me hashtag cancel. You know, they did the Gina. They put hashtag cancel or something like that. So, you know. Let me go here. Okay, I found it. Ha! I had to recalculate it. The King Thrash. I had to recalculate my pixel count. Alright, now this clearly, now look at when this article came out, guys. This is from 2020. This is last year. But I saved this article. So it says no more machines will have SmartShift in 2020 except the PS-5 console. So, and then we scroll down here. AMD SmartShift Tech. Now this again is from Tech Radar. If you want to know where I got that from, this is Tech Radar. Okay. So, and this article is almost a year old. And again, those people on that dog shit 3-letter podcast are telling you all this. So, so AMD SmartShift Tech, which boosts performance in laptops with AMD's processors and GPUs, might be in the recently released Dell G5 15SE gaming portable, but it won't be in any other notebooks this year. Says this PC World reports, according to Frank Izar, Chief Architect of Gaming Solutions at AMD. Man, that's a guy I can try to get on the podcast, right? Says, we won't see any more SmartShift portables, because again, this is for laptops. And remember, people were mocking this. Oh, that's in laptops. That's in laptops. That's not that big a deal. It's in laptops. But that technology, again, the PS5 technology is colder. That's what they say. What do they say? The white man's ice is colder. Hey, the PS5's ice is colder. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and so it says there'll be more options for Dell. Let me actually go to the article. That way I can pull the entire article. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Let me see here. Okay, I got to do it like this. All right. Now, so we now know that it was available only in the PS5, and it says it might be in the Dell, but we know it's in PS5, right? So it says SmartShift tech was first revealed by AMD at CES back at the start of the year, along the 4,000 mobile chips. So SmartShift essentially allows the system to shift power or budget dynamically, there's that word, dynamic, between the CPU and GPU, although both must be AMD models for it to work. That's how smart they were. They pretty much said, you're not going to be able to put a Ryzen CPU with a NVIDIA 2070 or 3080 or whatever you buy, whatever you got, okay, 1080, or as a shout out to the people back in the day that used to scream, I got a 980 Ti! I got a 980 Ti! I mean, that's just, people used to scream that, right? Remember that? So, all right, so so let's talk about how it works here. So, it says here, this happens seamlessly in the background, and it means that when a demanding game is running and requires more oomph, that's what that word is, O-O-M-P-H, oomph, from the GPU, SmartShift can deliver just that and better frame rates up to a 14% boost in certain games, AMD claims. Similarly, now this is a claim because this had not been deployed yet, okay? With CPU-intensive tasks, similarly with CPU-intensive tasks, the power can be shifted to the processor. So that's what you're seeing, okay? That's what you're seeing happening in real time. It even says here, that it says, hence, there will evidently be more machines running with an all AMD setup. Because again, this is a way, all right, they crippled Intel with this, okay? They crippled Intel with this. So it says here, PS5 makes a smart move. It says one interesting twist, however, is that both next-gen consoles from Microsoft and Sony pair AMD CPUs and GPUs, and Sony has already confirmed that the PS5 will use SmartShift to help get the most from its components. So this right here, I don't know why RDX didn't tell you all this. Okay, this article is almost a year old. So why didn't they tell you guys this? Okay? So this is why. This has nothing to do with the tools. No matter what happens, no matter what tools they put to the Xbox, the SmartShift will always be ahead, no matter what happens. Now, this doesn't mean that what you'll see happening is like I said before, doesn't mean that Xbox won't have some games come out that won't have games that are multi-plat running with better resolution. Because again, the way they're brute forcing everything, they're concerned more about resolution than anything else. They are just, it's like, shout out to Moore's Law is dead. I think he said, I'm paraphrasing, when he said something like, Microsoft has an unhealthy relationship with pixel counts. They just do. It's just the way it is. I'm paraphrasing him. So, but we now know, it says, so will we see another SmartShift toting machine this year? But it won't be a laptop. It will be the PS5 and possibly also the Series X. But we know Series X don't have that in there. Now, who knows? I don't know. Maybe they can. I don't know if this is. I think this is hardware. So I'm still trying to figure that out. If this is hardware, they may never put it in there. Now, if it's software, I guess they could do something. So it says, as we discussed when AMD first revealed this technology back at CES. So the SmartShift could be a key part on how next-gen consoles realize their full performance. But see, performance potential, performances, this is why they're being outperformed. Again, I don't know why they didn't tell you. They looked at the numbers, they looked at 52 CUs, they looked at 12 T-flops, and they said, it's so facto, that's it. All these games are going to look and run better. You know, huge delta. What did dealers say? Huge gulf and whatever, delta, whatever. The only delta he needs to be talking about is the airlines. I mean, it's to a point where they have so misinformed you guys, it's criminal. Okay, it is criminal what they have done. You know, they don't care about the truth. Okay, they don't. If they did, they would have saw it. I know they saw this. Hell, I saw this. How can I see? I mean, I know I'm the Messiah, right? You know, I have my archangels out there sending me stuff. You know, I wake up with this warm feeling, and I already know it's going to be a bad day for Xbox. So, and I woke up hot. I mean, I was sweating. I'm like, man, I am sweating. You know, I need to, you know, call the police and a fireman. I'm too hot. You know, so it's just like, what's going on? But I don't know what else to say at this point anymore. Okay, this is the reality, and this article is almost a year old, and I know I can't be the only one that saw this. Okay, but this is what you're seeing. And I want to give a big shout out to Optimus Cole, who now is blocked by some of these guys. I mean, he went on a handful of their podcasts, and now all of a sudden he's been shown to be right. They were wrong, and all of a sudden they go ahead and block him. In Black History Month, you're going to block Optimus Code. Like I said, it is criminal what these guys have done. Okay, criminal. I like the Eminem song back in the day. Criminal. You know, just the lies. Just like I said, they cover their ears, it comes out of their mouths. You know, they cover their ears and their mouths, it just comes out of their ass. Just lies. You know. But again, they're Xbox, they are influencers, and that's a new word to me, like I said. You know, I don't know how a grown man can influence another grown man on what to buy. I don't know how that happens. You know, if I go to the liquor store, like I said, if I go to the liquor store to go buy me some Kahlua, oh, somebody has activated the booty buster. It was Mega Davo. Shout out to him for the $4.99 holler. Appreciate you. So, I mean, you all got to start asking yourselves, you know, why in the world these guys lied. Okay, because they lied. I don't, you know, because you can see the games themselves. Okay, this is why when I see people arguing on Twitter now, I just don't pay attention. Just pull that article. Okay, that article is in my description, I believe. You all just pull that article, and you can just say, here's why PS-5 is outperforming the Xbox Series X. This article's over a year old. Don't know why you all didn't know about it. So, I mean, I don't get it anymore. Like I said, just trash, sloppy, you know. But that's why. This is why. It has nothing to do with the tools. Nothing's being held back. Okay, I'm serious. Nothing's being held back. I mean, Immortals Phoenix Rising looks and runs better on PlayStation. Okay, it looks and runs better on PlayStation. So does this mean that the Xbox is holding it back? No, it doesn't. Is Ubisoft decided that Watch Dogs 3 was going to be 30 frames per second on both consoles. Okay, they decided that months ago. Does this mean that Ubisoft is saying like, well, they're being held back? No, Ubisoft said they're not holding nothing back. For this game, the best way to deploy the assets is like this. And the people that have said, shout out to Jemiah Dixon. I think he's played Watch Dogs. He said Watch Dogs looks good. A lot of people that have played Watch Dogs, maybe it wasn't Jemiah, I do apologize. But there are a lot of people playing Watch Dogs and that say the game looks good. The game, oh, what's up, Amanda? Let me go ahead and make you a mod, Amanda. I can't do it from this screen, that's right. I have to go over here. Shout out to you, Mega Davo, Senor Craig. Yeah, I'm trying to learn a little Spanish here, when I take my trip down to Brazil, say what's up to the ladies in Brazil. You got to learn to speak a little Spanish and Portuguese. So I'm looking more and more like Colombia for me this year if everything lifts. If not, I'll be forced to go to Atlantis with my girl. I mean, it's going to be terrible having to put friggin' suntan lotion on her back and watch her go down those slides. I'll be dying over here. So Amanda says someone tried at some point to say SmartShift needed developer profiles, but the process does not require developer intervention. This was all covered in the roadmap. That's true, Amanda. You're right. You're right. Again, but if that's why I don't. This is why it's silly to get on Twitter and go back and forth with people, because the information's out there. Now, granted, let's just be honest here, Amanda. The road to PS-5 was an absolute ASMR. I mean, they actually, somebody did ASMR to that. Okay, just so you all know, you can actually type that in and it comes up on YouTube. So if you got trouble going to sleep, that'll put you to sleep. You know, and so it's just it's trash. You know, so it was. I mean, I died. Shout out to Sick Humor for breaking that down so I could understand it. Because I still don't understand. When Mark Cerny was talking about streaming in assets, you know what? NX Gamer, shout out to NX Gamer, when he did his control breakdown, he was talking about how Remedy, I guess, streamed in assets and the PS5 does it faster. See, that's another working component. You know, and like I said, I mean, it's just like I said, it's just sloppy. You know, at this point, you know, it's not even fun anymore. It's like wiping crap off of your shoes. Like you look down, like, oh man, I got poop on my shoe, and I got to go over here in the grass and wipe it off in the wet grass. So, but Sony's algorithm is built into the wow. Some people sleep through the best parts of movies, too. That's true. That is true. I slept through the Towering Inferno. You were right about that. You were right about that. The Towering Inferno was trash. But you all saw it remade, sort of, with the movie Die Hard. Die Hard was kind of a spiritual remake of Towering Inferno. So, guy running around a building trying to save people. That's what happened with Towering Inferno. So ZX to D says, always safe bet to wake up each day expecting Xbox to take an L. Well, I don't. I'll tell everybody that I would build a PC before I would go buy an Xbox. That's it. I mean, I'm not running Xbox into the ground. Okay, I've always had an Xbox. I had the original black one. Then I had the I had the 360. Who did not have the 360? I had the 360. I did not have a PS3. Okay? And 360 to this day remains my favorite platform. Now, PS5 may change that, okay? PS5 is giving me PS2 vibes. PS2 is my second favorite console. I can't remember. I mean, I think I bought a PS2. And I think I had it for 7 years. I had it a long time. I had it a heck of a long time. So Visa says that SmartShift tech is implanted straight to the metal, the API and OS handling does it's automatic. Yeah, it says that in the article. Yeah, there's nothing they have to do. It just happens. It said it happens seamlessly, so it just happens automatically. You know, they don't have to do anything. They don't have to go in and do extra programming. For anybody who programs, you don't have to sit down and spend extra time. I mean, time is money, right? So you don't have to spend extra money. And again, Xbox did a real good job with their backwards compatibility. They really concentrated on that. You know, and apparently when they get backwards compatible stuff, it just works. I mean, those developers can just move those assets right in with not a whole lot of time, a lot of money being spent. Xbox went out of their way to say this does not take a long time. That was for people who develop and be like, you don't have to spend a lot of resources and things like that on doing this. I thought that was a fantastic way to explain that. So while I'm over here getting done pre-ordering, you're going to get Ratchet & Clank? Yeah, I'm just going to go in there and buy it. I'm going to go in there. And it'll probably be, is it $70? I mean, let me ask you, anybody that's pre-ordered Ratchet & Clank, is it $70? I'm just asking. I don't know. I've been at work. So I got home Wednesday, and They said that Sony was buying Square, and then I got home on yesterday, and Ratchet and Clank had a release date. So, but yeah, how much is Ratchet and Clank? The SmartShift uses predictive algorithms that detect when GPU. Yeah, it's under low 70 for standard. There you go. Yeah, I think so. You all are seeing this, right? A lot of the PS again. If you want great AAA content to keep coming, you got to pay for it. Okay, you're gonna have to pay for it. Okay, and they know Jim Ryan and Herman Holtz are taking a risk like Grandma Tarkin did with Darth Vader when they let the Millennium Falcon go. They're taking a risk that we're gonna go out and buy the games. Now I'm gonna go buy it. So you ain't got to worry about me. People are like, well, how come you ain't playing Destruction All-Stars? I'm like, well, that ain't my type of game. It's just not. I'm not going to dog it out, though. People seem to be enjoying it, but it's just not my type of game. I'd rather play Control. And I gotta beat something in the next 2.5 weeks because I'm running out of space. As a matter of fact, I'm out of space. I can't load nothing anymore. And Witcher 3 is about to get its update, and I had days gone on there. I was starting to play that and was enjoying that again. I had to get rid of it, man. It was something else. So 70 standard, 80 for digital deluxe, Ratchet and Clank. Oh yeah, it's an exclusive. Yeah. Yeah, tools are coming. Yeah, the tools are the people on that podcast that lie to you every friggin' day. But guys, that was it. That's all I had for you. I do appreciate it. Do appreciate you all stopping through. Thank you for the super chat. So, question the bots need to ask themselves, is it easier to thread, through 52 thin pipes or 36, hashtag fat pipe, I agree. You're not getting an argument out of me. But all right, that's it, man. That's all I had, guys. I appreciate you all coming. So shout out to the members of the Porch Light Pod. I got my email out to Miss Wendy to gonna update me on the T-shirts here pretty soon. So she had a couple things happen in the family, so that's on hold, but we're going to get that done, definitely. Going to be expanding the podcast, going to start streaming on Facebook as well. When I do my streams on StreamYard, I will be streaming mostly to Facebook coming up here, starting in March. So people can have access to my Facebook gaming page. You'll be able to check it out over there. Yeah, they can't wrap their head around the fat pipe. Yeah, it gets information faster. It's been talked about. Everybody here understands it. So let's see here. Digital Foundry doesn't understand SmartShift because Sony won't explain its algorithm to them. Well, I mean, again, they don't need to. They can just go to AMD. AMD can explain it to them. That's shout out to 60 frames no lag. That's what I was saying to me. I get it now. Optimus Cole made a good point. This guy that does this quote, you would call it damage control for Xbox. He is an Xbox fan. They said he had an Xbox page. So now it makes sense why he's doing all this damage control for Xbox. It's still a bad look overall on Digital Foundry. However, I would say the Digital Foundry, this is a bad look for you guys. Okay? And you are going to have to set this guy down and tell him to knock it off. But again, we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see how that works. But all right then, guys, we're going to get on off here. What did she say, Gina? I'm not going to say what she said on my podcast. You all can pull up what she said. It's clear as day. I left a description, a link in the description. You all can pull that up yourselves. So she needed to be fired, So, AMD SmartShift from AMD does not work the same way. Well, I'm not saying it does, but it does the same thing. Yeah, it is. My whole point is that it functionally does the exact same thing. So it does it differently because I'm sure Sony had to patent a different process. So which is fine. Okay, AMD probably was like, yeah, because like I said, AMD helped build that PlayStation 5. So, but all right then, guys, we're gonna get on off here. I gotta make sure my hotel room is ready for tonight because we're under this ice siege. So I'm staying at a hotel later tonight. So I need to call the boss and make sure that they got that situated for me. But all right then, I will talk to you guys later. Let me go ahead and find my control center here. There it is. And we're going to go ahead and fade on out of here. I do appreciate you all coming. Okay. Shout out to everybody that came through. I appreciate you. Shout out to the super chat. I do appreciate that. And that is going towards the TV. Everybody knows I'm on that Sony 900H. Trying to get that. But I will talk to you guys later. Y'all have a good one and stay safe. Have a good weekend. I'll see you guys. I'm gonna if my hotel's done, I will not be on RGT because I do have to do the hotel thing. But if not, I will talk to you guys on Monday because the 14th is Valentine's Day. Y'all take it easy. Stay blessed. Peace.